Today we have the privilege of welcoming Dr. Novak, an economist from the Federal Reserve.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about your new book, The U.S. Economy in a Nutshell.
Well, my book focuses on retail sales. In layman's terms, retail sales is how well a retailer is doing in terms of sales.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Does it explain how the economy was doing 5 years ago?
How serendipitous. Yes, it does. 5 years ago, in 2007, the economy was in an expansionary phase. But at the end of the year, the economy wasn't looking so well. That's partly due to the housing bubble bursting. To help the economy, the government was trying to stay out of the private sector and let the stock market do its own thing. And, well, unemployment rates went up, and the economy still wasn't doing very well.
But what about the economy more recently?
Well, in 2011, we were in an expansionary phase. We just got out of the big recession. And the economy only grew 3%, which isn't very much.
Interesting. Go on.
Well, in 2011, retail sales in malls went up 14.3%. And also, retail space, in 2010, it was 13%. In 2011, it was 12.7%, a 0.3% increase. This is good, which means more consumers are buying more and more stores are opening up. Retail sales went up 7.7% since 2010, and in December of 2011, retail sales reached $400 billion, the highest since 1999.
Gee, that sure is good news.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What was the government doing last year to help the economy?
There have been a lot of budget cuts, so over the next 12 years, we should save over $770 billion. And thanks to tax reform, we should save $320 billion over the next 10 years. Hopefully that will translate into a better economy and more consumer spending.
I had no idea. But what about today's economy?
Could you please read an excerpt from your book for our viewers?
Yes, of course. Currently, America is in an expansionary phase, slowly building the economy back to the way it was before the recession. This is different than a recovery phase because instead of resolving a crisis, we are instead growing economically. All districts across the country have been expanding. The automotive industry has been reported responsible for the growth in Cleveland, Atlanta, and Chicago due to increased manufacturing. The Kansas City, Dallas, and Oklahoma districts have stated growth due to an increase in manufacturing of high technologies. Despite these upsets, however, manufacturers in districts such as Boston, Cleveland, and Chicago are worried about finding skilled workers to work. One thing the Obama administration has been doing is scheduling underutilized buildings for demolition to save money on administrative costs.
Wow, that's neat.
The great thing about my book, it also discusses New Hampshire's economy.
Neat.
Neat indeed. Yes, New Hampshire's retail sales reach about $32 billion each year. That makes up for about 0.67% of the entire country's retail sales. Now this is pretty impressive because New Hampshire's population makes up only 0.44% of the entire country's population. This is likely due to New Hampshire's lack of taxes on consumer goods.
Wow, fantastic work, Mr. Novak. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So have a good day and even better tomorrow.